Chapter 4 Birds. We can see birds almost everywhere. Do you know that there are more than 8,000 kinds of birds on Earth? Parts of a bird's body. How do birds fly? Most birds can fly in the air. 1. The wings of the birds help them to fly. The wings are attached to the body with the help of muscles. These muscles help the wings to move. 2. They have hollow and light bones which make their bodies very light. 3. The streamlined or boat-shaped body of the birds help them to fly through the air easily. The tails of the birds help them to change direction while flying. When birds fly, their wings move up and down in two directions. The downward and backward movement of birds is called upstroke movement. The downward and forward movement of birds is called downstroke movement. Factopedia. Birds like ostrich cannot fly because of their big size and heavy bones. Feathers. A bird's body is covered with different types of feathers. Down feathers are small and fluffy feathers. They keep the bird's body warm. Flight feathers are attached to the wings. They are flat and long. They help the birds to fly. Down feather. Flight feather. Beaks of birds. Different kinds of birds have beaks of different shapes. The shape of a bird's beak depends on the kind of food it eats. Birds use their beaks to pick up and eat their food. They also use their beaks to make their nests. Small, hard and pointed beak. Sparrows, pigeons and peacocks have these beaks to eat grains, seeds and crack nuts. Hook beak. A parrot has a hook beak. Hook beak helps it to crack nuts and bite hard fruits. Strong, sharp and hook beak. Eagles, vultures and hawks have strong, sharp and hook beaks. Such a beak helps these birds to tear the flesh. Broad and flat beak. Ducks have broad and flat shovel-like beaks. These beaks help them to dig in the soft mud near ponds to find worms for their food. These beaks have strainers along the edge of the beak. Water and mud goes out of these strainers, leaving worms inside. Strong and heavy beak. A woodpecker has a strong, hard and heavy beak. It helps it to make holes in the trunks to catch insects for its food. Broad beak. Swallows have broad and short beaks. Their mouth is sticky from inside. As they go round and round through the air with beaks open, tiny insects get stuck into their mouths. Broad, long and pointed beak. Kingfishers have such beaks to catch fish from water bodies. Long, thin and pointed beak. Sunbird has this type of beak to suck nectar of flowers. Feet and claws of birds. Birds use their feet and claws to walk, hop and sit on the branches of the tree. They also help the birds to catch and hold their food. Preying birds like vultures and eagles have sharp claws with curved nails, called talons, to kill their prey and tear flesh. Perching birds like crow and sparrow have 4 toes, 3 in front and 1 at the back. These help them to perch on a branch of the tree strongly and firmly. Scratching birds like hens and peacocks have sharp claws and strong legs. These help them to scratch the ground to look for seeds and worms. Climbing birds like parrots and woodpeckers have 2 of their toes pointing upwards and the other 2 pointing downwards. This helps them to cling to trees. Wading birds like paddy bird and cranes have long legs with wide spreading toes. Their toes prevent their feet from sinking in the wet mud. Swimming birds like ducks and swans have webbed feet. Webbed feet have webs of skin between the toes. Webbed feet help them to push back water while swimming. Factopedia. Ostrich is the largest and hummingbird is the smallest bird on earth. Life skills. Birds are very hard-working creatures. They build their nests with lots of effort, so never touch or destroy a bird's nest. Homes of birds. A nest is a home of a bird. Nests are a shelter for their eggs and young ones. Birds lay their eggs in a nest. The eggs hatch and the young ones come out. The parent bird feeds the baby bird and protects it from enemies and bad weather until they learn to look after themselves and learn to fly. Types of nests. Birds use a variety of things to build their nests. Cloth, leaves, straw, wool, threads and twigs are some commonly used materials. Weaver bird weaves its nest from grass and leaves. It has a slight bend inside it, which prevents the eggs from falling. Vultures use sticks to make nests in tall trees. The nest of a vulture looks like a shallow cup. Tailor bird makes its nest with leaves. It uses its beak as a needle to sew the leaves using thread and wool. Woodpeckers make their nests in tree trunks with the help of their beaks. Sparrows and pigeons build their nests on ventilators, roofs of houses and other places. Kingfishers make a hole along the bank of a river and use it as a nest. Cuckoo is a very lazy and clever bird. It does not build its nest. It lays its eggs in the crow's nest and lets the mother crow look after its eggs. Birds are great travelers. Birds living in very cold places move to warmer places in winters. When the winters are over, they move to their native places. This periodic mass movement of birds from one place to another is called migration. New words. 1. Nest, house of a bird. 2. Weave to make something by crossing threads over and under each other. 3. Web feet, feet that have webs of skin between the toes. 4. Hatch process of cracking of an eggshell and the baby birds coming out. 5. Migration, periodic movement of birds from one place to another. A quick review. Birds have body parts like claws, beaks, feathers and wings, etc. Most of the birds can fly in the air. When birds fly, their wings move up and down in two directions. A bird's body is covered with different types of feathers. The shape of a bird's beak depends on the kind of food it eats. Birds use their feet and claws to walk, hop and sit on the branches of the trees. A nest is a home of birds. Birds use different types of things to build nests.